Have your knees started feeling different lately? Maybe they give out for a split second when you stand up from a chair. Maybe there's a stab of pain when you step off a curb, a strange grinding sensation when you climb the stairs, or a dull ache at night that keeps you shifting around no matter how you lie down. If any of that sounds familiar, stay with this video to the end, because those are the exact signs that the muscles holding your knees together have gone quiet. And the good news is, quiet muscles can be woken back up. Here's the piece most folks over 70 never hear. The knee joint itself is very rarely the real problem. What tends to go wrong first is the support system around it. The muscles that used to carry your weight, catch you when you stumble and hold your knee in the right position, have quietly weakened over the years. And once that support is gone, every step lands harder on the joint itself. Wake those muscles back up and the knee stops taking the beating it's been taking. This video walks through 5 simple moves that rebuild the exact muscles your knees rely on. Nothing fancy, no weights, no equipment beyond a wall and a towel. Together they take about 5 minutes a day. And most folks who stick with them for a few weeks start noticing the difference in everyday moments. Standing up more easily, walking more confidently, climbing stairs without gripping the railing so tightly. The countdown goes from move number 5 to move number 1, saving the most powerful one for last. So let's get into it. But number 5, the calf pump. Coming in at number 5 is a move that looks so simple, most folks dismiss it. And that's a mistake because this one quietly does a lot of the heavy lifting for your knees. It's called the calf pump. Here's what most folks don't realize about your calves. Every time they contract, they're pumping blood back up your legs, keeping the tissues around your knees fed and healthy. When your calves get weak and quiet, your knees feel it first. They get stiffer, colder, less willing to move. Waking those calves back up is one of the fastest ways to give your knees the support they've been missing. To prepare for this exercise, lie flat on your back on your bed or on a firm surface like a yoga mat on the floor. Place a small pillow under your head if that feels more comfortable, and let your arms rest at your sides. Keep one leg straight and bend the other knee just slightly with your foot flat and relaxed. Now slowly point your toes away from you as if you were pressing down on a gas pedal in slow motion, and hold that position for 2 full seconds. Then slowly pull your toes back toward your shin. Hold for another 2 seconds and repeat. Focus your attention on feeling the muscle at the back of your calf tighten and release with each movement. To get maximum benefit, aim for 15 slow, controlled pumps on each leg. Rest for 30 seconds and complete 2 more rounds. Do this once in the morning before you get out of bed and once again in the evening before you sleep. Doing it twice a day, morning and night, makes a real difference. You're keeping that circulation going through the whole day rather than for just one window. Breathe steadily throughout the movement. Never hold your breath. And if you begin to feel tired, rest longer. This is a strength exercise disguised as a stretch. And within just 2 weeks, many folks notice their knees feel lighter, warmer, and less stiff when they stand up in the morning. Number 4, the straight leg raise. Move number 4 is one of the most respected exercises anywhere in knee rehab, and there's a good reason for that. It strengthens the exact muscle group that protects your knee without asking your knee to bend or take any weight. Here's what's happening in your body when this is done correctly. You lie flat on your back with one leg bent and one leg straight, and you slowly raise the straight leg about a foot off the ground. That's the whole movement. But while it's happening, your quadriceps, the powerful group of muscles running down the front of your thigh, contract with tremendous force. And your quadriceps are the single most important shock absorber your knee has. When they're strong, they carry the load. When they've gone weak, that load slams straight into your knee joint with every single step you take, wearing things down faster than they need to. To prepare for this exercise, lie flat on your back on a firm surface like your bed or a yoga mat. Bend your right knee, keeping your right foot flat, and leave your left leg fully straight. Rest your arms comfortably at your sides. Before you lift, gently tighten your core muscles as if someone were about to poke you in the stomach, and lightly squeeze your left glute. This protects your lower back and activates the whole chain of stabilizing muscles working with your knee. Now, keeping your left leg completely straight and your toes pointed toward the ceiling, slowly raise it about 12 inches off the surface. Hold that position for 3 full seconds, feeling the muscle on the front of your thigh working hard, and then slowly lower it back down with control over the course of 3 seconds. To get maximum benefit, aim for 10 slow lifts on each leg. Rest for 45 seconds and complete 2 to 3 rounds. Perform this exercise 3 to 4 times per week. The slow lowering is where a lot of the strength gain actually happens, so resist the urge to just let your leg drop. Take your time on the way down. If this begins to feel too easy after 4 to 6 weeks, you can rest a folded towel across your ankle to add gentle resistance. Within 1 month, many folks find they can climb the stairs without needing the railing for the first time in years. Number 3, the inner thigh squeeze. Sitting comfortably at number 3 is the inner thigh squeeze. And this one catches a lot of folks by surprise because most people have no idea that the muscles on the inside of your thighs are directly connected to what's happening in your knees. But they are. And it's one of the most underused fixes for wobbly, unstable knees. The muscles on the inside of your thighs, called your adductors, have one job that matters more than any other for your knees. They keep your knees tracking straight every time you take a step, stand up, or shift your weight. When those muscles are strong, your knees move in the right line, and the load spreads evenly across the joint. When they've gone weak, your knees start to drift slightly inward every time you step. And that tiny sideways strain, repeated thousands of times a day, is one of the quietest causes of knee wear and tear over the years. To prepare for this exercise, sit in a sturdy chair with a firm seat and no wheels. Plant both feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart with your knees bent at roughly a 90-degree angle. Sit up tall with your back straight but relaxed. Now take a small pillow, a folded bath towel, or even a rolled-up beach towel and place it between your knees. Rest your hands lightly on your thighs. Slowly begin to squeeze the pillow with your knees as if you were trying to press the two sides together, and hold that squeeze at a comfortable pressure for 5 full seconds. Then slowly release the pressure without letting the pillow fall and repeat. Focus on feeling the muscles high on the inside of your thighs, working hard with each contraction. To get maximum benefit, aim for 12 slow squeezes. Rest for 30 seconds and complete 2 more rounds. Do this exercise 3 to 4 times per week. Morning is a great time to fit it in when your body is fresh and your focus is sharpest. Breathe steadily throughout, exhaling during each squeeze and inhaling as you release. If it becomes too easy over time, simply use a firmer pillow or hold each squeeze for 8 seconds instead of 5. Within just 3 weeks, many folks report that their knees feel more stable when they walk, and the wobbling sensation they had grown used to begins to quietly disappear. Before we get to the top 2 moves, if this is already changing the way you think about your knees, take a quick moment to hit like and subscribe to the channel. It helps more folks in this community find guidance that keeps them moving safely. Now let's keep going. Number 2, the towel under knee press. Now we're stepping into the heavy hitters, and number 2 on the countdown is the towel under knee press. A move so simple, so gentle, and so effective that physical therapists routinely give it to older adults who are trying to rebuild knee strength without any stress on the joint itself. What makes this move stand out is that your knee never has to bend, never has to bear weight, and never has to move a single millimeter. Yet the muscle that protects it becomes measurably stronger with every single repetition. This is what exercise folks call an isometric contraction, which is a fancy way of saying you're creating powerful muscle tension without any joint movement at all, and here's why that matters more than almost any other kind of exercise for older knees. Isometric contractions strengthen the quadriceps just as effectively as squats, lunges, or leg presses, but without a single ounce of pressure landing on your knee joint. That means you can rebuild the exact muscle keeping your knees strong, even if the joint is currently too painful, too stiff, or too swollen to do much else. It's the low-impact way to get high-impact results. To prepare for this exercise, lie flat on your back, on your bed, or on a yoga mat. Roll up a bath towel until it is about the thickness of a coffee mug and place it underneath your right knee so that your knee is slightly elevated off the surface. Keep your left leg either bent or straight, whichever is more comfortable, and let your arms rest at your sides. Now slowly begin to press the back of your right knee downward into the towel, straightening your leg as much as you comfortably can. As you press, you will feel the muscle on the front of your thigh contract powerfully. Build into the press for 2 seconds. Hold that maximum tension for 5 full seconds, and then slowly release it over 3 seconds. Repeat with the other leg. To get maximum benefit, aim for 10 slow presses on each leg. Rest for 30 seconds and complete 2 more rounds. Do this exercise 4 to 5 days a week. Pairing this with slow, deep breathing helps you get more out of it because the breathing keeps your body relaxed and lets the target muscle work harder. So breathe out steadily as you press downward and breathe in as you release. As you grow stronger over the weeks, you can use a thicker towel or even a small pillow to increase the range of the movement. Many folks find that within 3 weeks, the stabbing pain they used to feel when standing up from a chair begins to fade, and their knees feel quietly stronger, quietly steadier, and more dependable than they've felt in years. Number 1, the wall hold. And here it is, the number 1 most powerful exercise for building lasting knee strength after 70, the wall hold. Before dismissing this, because it might sound familiar, take a second look. Because this is not a squat, not a stretch, and not the kind of wall sit you might have seen in a fitness class. It's a gentle, shallow, isometric hold, and it's genuinely one of the best all-in-one moves for older knees. Here's how it works. You stand with your back gently pressed against a smooth wall, slide down just slightly into a shallow, supported position, and hold. That's it. But while you hold, your quadriceps, your glutes, your calves, and your core all activate together, working in a coordinated pattern that rebuilds the entire support system around your knees. That coordinated pattern is what your knees actually need. In everyday life, standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, catching your balance, your knee isn't working alone. It's part of a whole chain. The wall hold trains that whole chain to fire together, which is why it does so much for stability, not just strength. To prepare for this exercise, find a smooth, solid wall in your home with enough space behind you to stand flat against it. Stand with your back fully against the wall, your feet about 1.5 feet away from the wall, and your feet hip-width apart. Your toes should point straight forward. Cross your arms gently in front of your chest or rest them at your sides. Now slowly slide your back down the wall, bending your knees just slightly, no more than a few inches at first. You do not need to go deep. In fact, please do not go deep. A small, shallow bend is exactly what builds knee strength safely. Make absolutely sure your knees stay directly above your ankles, never pushing forward past your toes. Hold that position for just 5 seconds in the very beginning. That is plenty. Then slowly slide back up to the standing position. Rest for 30 seconds and repeat 2 more times. Each week, add 2 seconds to your hold time, and each month you can deepen the hold by 1 inch if it feels comfortable. Within 3 months, many folks comfortably hold a deeper wall hold for 20 to 30 seconds with zero pain, and their knees feel dramatically more capable and more stable than they have in years. To get maximum benefit, perform this exercise in the late morning when your body is fully warmed up. Drink a full glass of water beforehand because hydration helps muscle endurance, especially in older adults. And breathe steadily through your nose during the hold. Never hold your breath. Pairing this exercise with steady, controlled breathing makes a real difference in how much you get out of it. If you have had recent knee surgery, severe arthritis, or serious balance concerns, please speak with your doctor before starting. But for most folks, the wall hold is gentler on your knees than walking down a single flight of stairs. Do this one exercise consistently, 5 days a week for 12 weeks, and the way your knees feel when you walk, climb stairs, get out of your car, or stand up from your chair can genuinely transform. You will stop racing for your knees to fail. You will start trusting them again. So there you have it, the 5 moves for rebuilding weak knees after 70, ranked from foundational to most powerful with the wall hold, sitting proudly in the number 1 spot. Remember, the knee joint itself is very rarely the real problem. It's the support system around it that needs your attention. And that support system can absolutely be rebuilt, no matter how old you are and no matter how long it's been quiet. Here's a simple way to start. Do the calf pump tomorrow morning before you even get out of bed. Add the straight leg raise by the end of this week. Layer in the inner thigh squeeze and the towel underneath press within the next 2 weeks. And then when things feel steady and confident, begin the wall hold just 5 seconds at a time and see what happens over the next 3 months. Drop a comment below sharing where you're at with your knees right now and whether any of these moves felt familiar or new. It's a great place for folks in this community to learn from each other. If this video helped, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more research-backed guidance for staying strong after 70, and share it with someone whose knees have been giving them trouble. Thank you so much for spending these few minutes here today. And remember, strong knees aren't a privilege of the young. They're the reward of the dedicated. See you in the next video. One quick note before you go. Everything in this video is for general formational purposes only and is not medical advice. It does not replace consultation with a qualified healthcare professional. If you have a specific condition, an injury, or anything that feels off when you move, please talk to a doctor before starting any new routine. They know your body and your history in a way no video can.